Man, I don't know. I think I do Daft Punk, Jacob Collier, and maybe Michael Jackson. I know. I think those, I mean, they're the first ones that popped into my head, so I won't fight it. I think a reason why this EP is so special to me is because it's something that wasn't as planned as most of my projects are. I was kind of in the middle of like a writer's block, and so I went through my old notebooks, and then I found these songs that I guess I just kind of forgot about. I wasn't planning to bring them into the studio and produce them, but with the pandemic and everything, I was forced to like go back and go through them. I wrote most of them like early 2019 and then late 2019. Then I recorded them on my own first as a cappella tracks. I sent them over to my friend Jesse Barrera, and then he interpreted each song before we were able to safely get back into the studio. So yeah, it was like a month or two of just back and forth via email and recordings and stuff like that. And then when we finally got into the studio, that's when we did like the final touches on production and then recording. I mean, all of them are definitely inspired by what I was going through at that period of my life, just kind of figuring out my footing. And like how I describe the EP is it's a soft exploration of how self-love affects the love that you're able to give others. And obviously at that time when I was writing these songs, that's kind of what I was going through and trying to understand. I think it's cool because when you listen to all the songs together, somehow, even if they weren't meant to be put in an EP together like this, or it wasn't in the plans, like they all fit. It's like a puzzle that somehow the pieces just all made sense. And that's something that makes me really happy about this project. I think the most challenging part is getting out of my head. I tend to worry a lot about what other people think or what other people are gonna say, and because of that, like I do get lost in what I'm trying to say, and messing up my words or not being able to fully express myself. It was just helpful for me because I do struggle with depression and anxiety. It was super helpful for me to invest myself into something and to put all my focus in something. And I've always loved the creative process. So me being on my own and just working directly with the producer, I was able to just let that go and kind of just focus on how is this making me feel right now, or am I into this at this moment? Because if not, then what's the point? Like I really was focusing on how the music was making me feel. And a lot of the songs actually went through a lot of makeovers, especially Better, because I wanted it to feel right at that moment, instead of just thinking about, is it gonna be a hit? Are we gonna have to play this for like 10 other people before we agree that it's a good song? Yeah, that's kind of what helped me. It was just being able to focus on what I really wanted. It was just kind of more freeing to not worry so much. I really do love How Do I. That's my favorite one. Because it, like when I wrote it, it just flowed so easily. It flowed out so effortlessly. And I guess that says a lot about what I was feeling at the time that I wrote it, or what I was going through mentally when I wrote it. And the experience of having that song flow naturally, getting into the studio and then having it become this beautiful track that Jesse Barrera interpreted perfectly. I think that's what makes it my favorite. Every time I hear it, it's just exactly where I imagined it to be. I really look up to artists like Janae and June Marizi because they're so unafraid to be themselves. Actually, even like, you know, artists like Rihanna and just these women who are so powerful and so just like badasses with a pen, you know what I mean? Um, but beyond like who I'm listening to right now, I do look up to, you know, Joni Mitchell, Al Jarreau, even Michael Jackson, like a lot of these artists that my brothers and my dad used to listen to growing up. I don't know, something about that music, the music of that time also hits different. I would just say don't put yourself in a box. A lot of us girls are put in like different boxes, and it makes it harder for us to be more creative and to explore what exactly we want to do. And at the start of my career, I for sure thought that I was supposed to do that, but it didn't feel authentic. So don't get lost in the world of branding and what's trendy and people pleasing and trying to just fit in. If you fit in, then amazing. If you don't fit in, you'll still find people who will be in love with you. So I think that's the advice that at least that's what I would give myself a few years back. I'm excited because there are a few producers that I'm both, you know, visual producers and directors that I'm planning to work with, as well as music producers. So I think that's really what I'm looking forward to is being able to continue telling stories and producing music and visuals and all that. I do believe there is a chance that I'm gonna get started on an album. Yeah, those are the things right now that are in the cards for me. I think, you know, that's something that we did discuss just last week, and it's something that I really want to do. We just want to make sure that everyone who's on board is safe, stays safe. But yeah, we're talking about that right now. Hey guys, it's Kiana V, and I just want to invite you guys to listen to my EP Dazed, out now. For updates, you can go on my website, kianavee.com, and all my socials are the same, KIANAVEE. We'll be updating you guys on live shows in person and live times online. And yeah, there's definitely more music to come. Thank you so much for the support.